Welcome back to Dash Explorer. I'm Sarah, and today I am so excited because I am going to be teaching you how to edit your own home movies, whether from family adventures around your hometown or adventures around the world, right on your phone. So now, unfortunately, this tutorial is strictly for people with iPhones. I know that there are a lot of people out there with all different kinds of phones, but one thing Apple does really well is they make it really easy to take and edit videos right on one device. So clearly I have an iPhone, but Andrew does have a Google Pixel phone. So if you want more tutorials in the future about how to take and change settings on a Google phone or just editing on another device, I can look into learning more about that for the future. But today I'm going to be starting on the iPhone because they have an incredible software built right into your phone that allows you to completely edit movies right on your device. So today I'm going to be using my iPhone to edit together the videos that we took in last week's video, where I took you guys along with me as I recorded videos for this exact purpose of showing you how to edit them together. So I walked you through step by step of why I took each kind of shot, and that refers back to the video before that about how I go about capturing my family travels and the formula that I use for what kind of shots to get in every location that we visit on our family trips. So today I'm going to be showing you why and how all of those videos work together to make a final video. So with that, I think it's time to jump in and learn how to edit your family home videos on your iPhone. All right, so I'm going to start out in iMovie, and when you click on iMovie, it's going to take you directly to your projects page. There are a couple options here, including Magic Movie, which seems like it will edit your videos together. Honestly, I have not used that yet. And then there is Storyboard, which allows you to use templates to create videos or movie trailers. This is actually something that I did when I used to be a classroom teacher, and I would have my students make educational movies using their trailer format. So I think it's a really great option for your kids if they want to learn how to get into video making themselves. I think that's a super great option. But for today, we are going to be choosing the last option, and that is Movie. So that will open up and take you straight into your videos. So I am going to go ahead and select all of the videos that we took the other day. And then once I have everything all selected, I'm going to go ahead and click Create Movie. So that is going to import all of those videos, and it will take you into a timeline. The word timeline is what is used to describe where you are working on the editing for the video. And once you actually open up the timeline, it is going to take you to the very end of the movie. So you want to start by scrolling all the way back to the beginning, and it'll start with the first video I took. Also, unfortunately, it's a lot easier for me to edit videos in portrait mode this way because I can see more of the layers of the timeline. So I am sorry for this video's purposes that it's going to look like that, but otherwise I would try to do it in the landscape mode if I could. But unfortunately today we are editing in portrait mode, so I'm really sorry, and hopefully you're able to see it on your screen. So this one is of Delaney carrying our food, but I don't actually want to start that way. You can start your video in all kinds of ways. Sometimes I like to start with some action shots. Sometimes I like to just start with pictures. Other times I like to just start with a wide establishing shot and a title. And I think that's what I'm going to do today. So the first thing that I'm going to teach you how to do is how to reorder your timeline. So I'm going to start by putting my finger on this clip of Delaney and Haley. And as you can see, it kind of gets selected and I can move it around. And I'm just going to slowly edge it over to the end of this next clip and drop it down. So it comes after this first shot where I'm setting the scene of where we are having our picnic. So I have our scene set, but now I'm going to tap on this establishing shot because, like I said, I want this to make a title slide. Once you tap on the video, down at the bottom, there's going to be a T for text, and I'm going to put a text box on top. The beauty of iMovie is that they have a bunch of pre-animated title slides for you, so you can choose from a bunch of different things. Something that I usually tend to do is the double horizontal line for all of my videos because I like to put what we are doing on the top and the date that we did it on the bottom. So I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to call this Picnic Dinner in the Park. And then I'm going to click on the underneath and edit that. And we did this in August 2025. So unfortunately, one of the things that you can't really do in this one that you can do in other video editing softwares is you can't change the title of the text. And I don't love that the date is bigger than the top title. So that's something that I would change if I was doing this in a different software. But you can change the size, you can move it all around, you can have it up at the top, you can have it down at the bottom. It just kind of depends on where it looks best with whatever background you have. So I think I'm just gonna leave it right there in the middle. And now let's go back to the beginning and we can watch it.
To get a good establishing shot.
And that's perfect. So as you can hear, I was obviously talking through all of these. So now I'm going to show you how to mute your videos. I'm going to go over to the sound tab again once I select on the video, and I'm going to turn the volume all the way down. Now when I click on it, my title appears. And then honestly, right when it fades, I'm going to go ahead and cut it right there. So again, if you tap on the clip and then you hit the scissors, and then it says the word split, it will cut that clip right in half. So now I just have one little clip where the title comes up and then fades away, because now the girls are running in here and I don't need to see all of that just yet, but I am going to save this and maybe use it a little bit later. So I will just push this clip down a little farther into our night, put it maybe here for right now, and now I will go back and pick things up. So again, I put this clip of Delaney here, but now I see I have my narration style video that I wanted to kick things off with, so I am going to move that over to the front, and now I'm going to listen to what that says.
All right.
And I can already tell that there's a little bit of a long pause, so now we are going to learn how to trim our clips. So again, I'm going to click on the video of me, and I'm going to just drag that over just a couple of milliseconds until I see my mouth start to open and I know I'm getting ready to talk. So now we will go from here, from our establishing shot, right,
All right. It is Tuesday
into our
afternoon,
narration.
and the weather is beautiful for August.
And so I talk.
Have a picnic dinner at the park.
And so as you can see, this video, it goes right into,
Dinner at the park.
it fades into my next clip. So you can change, there's all different kinds of transitions. You can have none, you can do a theme for the whole thing, or if you're following a certain theme, it can slide. You can change the duration of how long it goes. But for this one, we will just leave the automated one because we are trying to make this really simple.
Dinner at the park.
So now I've got the girls. We'll go ahead and mute that clip just like the others because we don't need to hear all of that in the background. And then I have Haley setting up our picnic. Also need to mute that. And I might, because it takes her a while, we're just going to kind of cut this clip up into a couple of clips. So I'm going to split it here. And then I'm going to speed her along a little bit, cut her again. I'm going to delete this middle one. So to delete a clip, you select it. And then once you click on the scissors, there is the delete button, and that will take that out of there. It does look like once you delete clips, you need to add your own transition back in. So I'll go ahead and put that dissolve back in there. So now she's working on the blanket. She's got it laid out. And then I'm going to split it again because I know at the end of this clip, she's kind of working on laying it out. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of this beginning part out and then get her laying it out. So all together, Haley is got her picnic blanket out. She goes ahead and lays it down, and then she's going to straighten it out a little bit. So that is a case where taking one long shot really pays off because I got a bunch of different actions, but we don't need to see every little bit of that. So you can chop those segments down into something that is shorter that'll still tell your story and get your point across. So now I'm going to go back to where the girls are running around from my opening clip, but I am going to cut the first little bit out because it is a little bit long. If you see there is a counter up at the top of how long a clip is once you have it selected, I try to keep those under 4 seconds because much past 4 seconds, unless it's talking or there's some specific action that you're watching, your viewer gets kind of bored. So I'm going to trim this down so it's closer to like 2.5 seconds, and it's still muted. And now we can see them running around. Oh, and again, got to mute all those clips. Delaney standing up there being silly. We will crop her down again, moving that down to around 2.5 seconds. And then we fade into the next one. Again, gonna mute it, but Haley is dancing. She's so beautiful. But again, she dances for a really long time, and we don't need all of this. So you can click and drag from the end over, but I'm just gonna watch it go for a couple of seconds. Click the scissors and click split and delete that second part of it because we don't need that much of Haley dancing. And then now we have our picnic set up. I probably should have gotten an establishing shot once our picnic was laid out, but I just didn't do that for this. But now I'm gonna take a couple seconds to edit my food clips down, and then we will pick back up. It's also important to go through and review your clips every couple cuts or edits that you make so that you can see what you're doing and make sure that it is flowing well. All right, so now we've got Haley biting into her sandwich. So I'm just gonna stop it with her taking her bite and split it there. But then she does tell me how good it is. So I'm gonna cut out her licking the jelly off of her face, and then we will cut after she says good. And then now we'll go over to Delaney.
Okay, you do one too. Like.
Split her bite clip off and mute her because we don't need my talking in the background. And then let's hear. Haley has a reaction of what she thinks her sandwich tastes like.
Like the sweet flavor of it. It just like tastes good.
So we will cut out Haley's because she does a good job. And although it is so sweet that Delaney is trying to describe her sandwich to me, Haley is actually talking over her the whole time.
It tastes good.
But since they're talking over each other and it's kind of chaotic, I'm just going to go ahead and delete the rest of this out because I don't think it's something that we need for the rest of the movie.
Sweet flavor of it. It just like tastes good.
And then Andrew's taking his bite. So he takes his bite. He's going to pour them a drink. We're going to mute the volume on that. And then we see Delaney taking her sip. See him pouring some more up close. It's a little long, so I'm going to knock it back a little bit. And then Haley's got her sip. Muting our clips as we go. A whole group. I am talking a little bit at the beginning, so I'm going to cut the little bit of the beginning off. Cut a little bit more. And then got our close-up of our chips. You know what? Actually, now that I see that, I'm going to move my close-up back with the rest of the food. So we had almond butter and jelly. We had chips. So we had my fancy sandwich. So I'm going to put all of those clips together. And I'm also going to cut that chip clip down a little bit. And so as you can see, I'm going through this and I have my food, detail shot, chips, detail shot, sandwich, detail shot. And then I have the girls eating. Those are reaction shots. That's them experiencing what they are experiencing for this event, which is eating dinner. And then some action shots. That's another kind of shot I didn't really talk about, but taking an action shot of what you are doing, pouring the drinks, taking a sip, take a selfie. And then here actually is one of my live photos that I saved as a video of the girls.
I'm gonna walk through the
And so it's not as zoomed in as the other ones, which I unfortunately can't zoom in or make any real changes to, but it's still a shot of the two of them. So I'm just gonna leave it where it is for right now. So now we get into our transition shots. We have actually finished our picnic and we are going to go and go for a walk around the lake. So I'm gonna cut up this transition shot and give myself a couple paces through the grass, split, and then I'm going to cut out the rest of the grass and get onto the sidewalk. Sidewalk, sidewalk, sidewalk. Stop it before we get to the pavement. And then now I'm on the pavement. And unfortunately, our dog's leash got in the shot, so I'm going to cut it before we get to the dog leash part. So now you can see I've got these 3 different transition shots, walking on the grass, walking on the sidewalk, and walking on the pavement. So I will sprinkle those in throughout the rest of the video because I don't think we need them all back to back to back right now. And you know what I actually might do is go back and put the shot of me walking in the grass up at the beginning before we get to our food to show that we are walking to our picnic. So I'm going to move that up to the front. So as you can see, like, I am making all of these decisions on the fly. I don't have anything planned out. It's just like you go through and you make decisions. You decide what you like, what you don't like. And I'll move this later on, a little farther back, maybe down here. I probably should have gotten a transition shot of me walking on this bridge, but I will move this because the path before the bridge is asphalt. So walking, and then we get to this beautiful bridge. All right, so we are now walking. We're gonna go on a walk. There's the girls walking. Okay, so we've got that annoying light flickering in the front, and although it can be kind of cool and artsy, I find it a little bit distracting, so I'm gonna take that away, hopefully from the front of the clip, and get the girls walking around. And now we get a view of the lake, and I'm just going to go ahead and use this still pan of the lake. It's beautiful. And then next, I showed for my video last week that you could also do a panning shot, but I took it for 10 seconds, and that's actually a very long time, and you do not want to take videos for that long. I also personally don't use a lot of panning shots in my videos, so I am going to move that to the end just in case I want it later, maybe with all the duck stuff, but I just prefer the standing still shots because I think it gives your eyes time as the viewer to really take in the scene that you are seeing. All right, so we've got our panning shot. We're going to walk around some more. And then we've got this beautiful bridge. And then some duckies. We have a lot of ducks, and this one is a little bit closer, so I don't think we need the second one. Delete. Some ducks. Again, more detail shots, what we are experiencing while we're here. The girls watching the duckies, but I did get kind of a lot of them. I asked them to wave, but we couldn't really see the waves, so we're gonna just go ahead and cut that out. We don't need it. If a shot doesn't work, it doesn't work. So now we're back over to this panning shot. Let's go ahead and cut the beginning part of it out since we have walked around the lake a little bit more. We're kind of more on this other side anyways. So we have the girls sitting there, and then we will pan for just a little bit, seeing some more of the lake. And then, although the shot of the turtle is really cool, it was very tiny. It's really unfortunate that there's that trash there because it makes it very yucky. But I will go ahead and crop the beginning part of this out and delete that because that's too much. And then just a couple seconds of the little turtle swimming around. Oops, I accidentally just deleted the video of the turtle, and there is this undo button right here at the top. So I was able to click undo and bring it back in there because I did not mean to delete that whole video. Also, like I mentioned in the video last week, that you lose a lot of the quality of the video when you are zooming in, and especially if you look going from how clear this panning shot of the lake looks as you go to the one of this turtle, it looks a lot grainier and a lot less clear. So I don't love using zoom, but the turtle was so far away you would have never been able to see it if you hadn't added the zoom in there, especially with all the like vegetation that was around it. So sometimes it's worth it, but I wouldn't zoom in on all your videos. If you can't see something, it's also almost always better to crop it afterwards, especially once we get into next week's video where I'll show you how to edit on your laptop in a software that's a lot more high grade, that the zooming that you'll get from there is probably a lot better than what you would get in your camera. All right, I also got some shots of all of the plant life because there was a lot of beautiful plant life there, and just put a little bit of that in there, and then we will fade it. I did also do a short pan going up to reveal the lake back there. We'll leave that at that length. Ooh, this walking one with Delaney is really good. I actually think I'm going to move that back up to the very beginning, showing that like we are together as a family. Here we go. So there's Delaney carrying the bag of food, and then I'll put this video of her and I right next to each other right there. Oop. And so we've walked from the parking lot and now we're setting up our stuff. I love that. So that transition shot is showing us moving from one place to another. Those transition shots are so, so important. All right. So I don't love ending on this flower clip. So I'm actually going to go back in and add the selfie video of us that I've already used because I always love to end on a shot of all of us, the group of us together. And even though I only took that one clip this time, I still want to have it in this video. So if you see there's a plus sign, you're going to click on that. That means we're going to add something back in. You can add a ton of different stuff, but I'm going to go to my videos, all, and see if I can find the one of all of us. There it is. And click the plus button. You can also, there's a play button so you can preview it, but I'm going to bring that back in. And I think ending with all of us together is an excellent way to end. All right, so now that I have all of my clips edited down, the last thing that I'm gonna do to put the final touches on this is to go back to that plus button, and I'm gonna go click on audio. The best thing about iMovie is that it comes, if you click on soundtracks, it comes with a bunch of like generic background music that you can use for audio. It's divided by section. There's pop, playful, chill, whatever you want to use. But I have kind of pre-listened to some of these, and I'm going to click on this one called Evergreen, and I'm going to add it right into my movie. So now when I click play, I can preview it and see how I like that as the background music.
All right, it is Tuesday afternoon, and the weather...
And what's really cool about this is that it kind of auto lowers the volume when you have a talking clip. So when I have my narration clip,
All right, it is Tuesday
that background music gets a little bit quieter, which is really nice. And then once I am back into the actual video, there is the background music comes back up, and it just brings this whole video to life. So once you are done, you can turn your video sideways so that you can preview it and take it all the way back to the front, and you want to watch it all the way through. All right, I have watched my clip all the way through, and I think there's one last change I want to make, and that is to go down to the settings gear and click fade out to black. And that will fade that last clip to black, and I think that is the final touch. You can also add an end title here that says the end, whatever you want to do. But once you feel like you are done and you have the video that you want, you're going to click done. And now you are going to go down, you can change the name of it. So it says, mine says My Movie Too, but you can change it to say Picnic Dinner in the Park or Rome or New York City, whatever you are doing. And then to save it or export it, you are going to click the arrow down at the bottom and click save or share. So this will download your video, you can send it to your friends, you can transfer it to a computer if you need to, you can upload it to YouTube, whatever works best for you, but you are going to click that save and share button, it will download it, and then now you have that final video to share with your friends and family. So I hope that you found this video helpful, and I hope that it wasn't too overwhelming. I tried to keep it really basic with just the most basic tools that you want to use to get a final end product that your family will remember forever. I'm also going to go ahead and add in our final video that I just made right here so you can watch my whole video from start to finish so you can see what it looks like and what your end products could look like as well. All right, it is Tuesday afternoon and the weather is beautiful for August. So we decided that we would pack the girls up and go to a restaurant that's nearby and have a picnic dinner at the park.
Like the sweet flavor of it, it just like tastes good. I know I went over a lot of information. You might need to go back and listen to some parts. I've made sure to cut this video into chapters down at the bottom so you should be able to find the section that you need if you need it. But again, I do know that I went over a lot of information, so if I wasn't clear about something or you need more information about a specific tool or setting, please leave a comment down below. I will be sure to answer all of your questions. And although this is a very, very, very basic editing software, there were even a couple settings that I didn't go over. You can add filters. They have, again, pre-made templates and themes that you can automatically load into your video. There's also, you can slow down and speed up your clips. So I am more than happy to share more videos about video editing and video tutorials. This is something that I'm obviously very passionate about since I take a lot of videos for my own family. So if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them down there, or I will make a follow-up video answering all of your questions. I am happy to do whatever is best for you guys. So thank you so much for watching today. And if you did find this video helpful, I would really appreciate it if you could give it a like. And if you want to follow along to see how I edit it on my computer in a software called DaVinci Resolve, you can go ahead and click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you can get notified when that new video is posted. And if you've gotten this far in the video and you didn't realize that this was part of a whole video series, then please go down to the description below. I've linked all of the videos that I have previously recorded for this series down there, so make sure to check those out if you have not yet. And if you want to follow us on Instagram or Facebook, we have pages in both of those places, so make sure to give us a follow. And we hope that you will catch us next week where I will be sharing how to edit your videos in DaVinci Resolve. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will catch you in the next one.